Let's do this. Ha! Ha! There y'all are. There y'all are. What's up? What's up? What's up? That sound like Martin Lawrence. I wasn't trying to. Really, I wasn't. Um, just wait for oh, y'all in the building already. Look at y'all. These Steez of Ray Smith. What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Glad I got y'all in the building in here because I got some stuff I want to discuss. I want to get it off of our collective chests, as it were. Hopefully, everything stay everything. Hopefully, everything stay everything. Um, am I coming through okay, y'all? Is my visuals okay? Is my audio okay? Don't everybody start talking at once. The weather done took a dip over here, man. We are a little little nipply outside, man. Look, getting a little, yeah. Our summer be terminating kind of early here, man. Um, it sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. We working on it. Have y'all been keeping up with all the buzz that is jumping off on YouTube? Couple things. The plot leaks for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Let's park there for a little bit and see where that road takes us. I'm wearing my hat because when I was on the radio yesterday, Jasmine, my radio partner and very good friend, said to me she wanted me to get her one of these hats, but this hat was a present from somebody else, so I can't get the hat for her if it's a present from somebody else. You just don't understand, man. I would be all too happy to trade with you, man. I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. And it was like an average every day of like 104. And I'm like, when you don't get 104, 104 don't seem that bad to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I was with it, man. So yeah, anytime you want to come up here and save me a spot down there, I will be all too happy to trade up with you, my brother. Um, anyway, though, Mr. Smith, he said you heard some of it, but you ain't heard all of it. Okay, well, I'm gonna spoil it. Okay, if you don't want to hear it, but I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna throw some of it out there, Mr. Smith. So well, let's run let's run it from the top because a bunch of it is just hilarious, man. I can't believe they actually get down for the get down like this. Okay, all right. For those, you say you ready? For those who have not been exposed to the plot leaks, I hold in my hand right here all the news that was fit to print. Here we go. Lake Bell plays a scientist who is an original character. So that means she will be playing a character that is not normally seen in the comics. But she'll be a comic book character after this movie, guaranteed. She's searching for vibranium in the ocean, thanks to a device made by Riri Williams. Okay. Innocent enough. Namor is awakened and kills her team. Okay. Namor asks Wakanda for help, but they turn him down. Okay. T'Challa passes away from sickness. Let me say that again for the people in the back. T'Challa passes away from sickness. First, but even stranger still than vibranium in the ocean, because vibranium could be plausible because you got vibranium in the savage land. Don't know if they can differentiate between Savage Land vibranium and Wakandan vibranium, but their properties are entirely different. So if you got Savage Land vibranium, oh, you know you got Savage Land vibranium. It destroys the molecular bonds between metals. T'Challa dies of a sickness. For real? For real, is this the great tribute y'all was talking about, Marvel? Is this what y'all was talking about when y'all said y'all were going to honor Chad? T'Challa dies of sickness, much like the actor who played him died of a sickness. Really, Marvel? I mean, now what we have been talking about when we were strategizing was we were waiting for Marvel to paint themselves into a corner that they can't get out of. Now, my thing is this. If Chadwick Boseman died of an illness, and now you have his character dying of an illness, how the hell is that any different than exploiting the man's death? And how is that not exploiting his death? We're going to have a funeral for him because he died of a sickness. Now, while I'm thinking about it, how is T'Challa, who has the heart-shaped herb running through his veins, dying of a sickness? That sounds a lot like some tomfoolery, chicanery. You do I am 100% convinced that Marvel Studios has so little respect for the character and apparently for the actor whom they say they are honoring, that they would do some mess like this. Why would you have Yes, I agree, D. Steezel. This is a situation where art should not imitate life, and I know that they think they're being artistic, but again, I've said it before in videos. Out of all the movies that man has done, Ryan Coogler has yet to come up with an original concept. That ain't it, bruh. Letting the man die of a sickness, like the actor who played him died of a sickness, is in poor ass taste. That's what it's in. That's not honoring anyone. So, much in the same way, if I make a movie about a boxer who is called great or the greatest or wonderful or fantastic, and he dies from complications with Parkinson's disease, how does that, you cannot help but think about Muhammad Ali when you think boxers and you think Parkinson's. Now, turn this sucker around because y'all done made me go back to 1990. Yes, Mr. Smith, I agree. It is classless. It lacks class on a bunch of different levels. Number one, the shameless way that they going about it. You just like, I ain't even gonna try to cover it up. I ain't even gonna try to hide it when everybody and their mama know how that man died. But these fools just feel like ain't nobody gonna notice. Let's just do it. So for future reference, T'Challa dying of an illness or a sickness is clearly exploiting, taking advantage of, cashing in on whatever predatory practice you want to put there is what that is on the part of Marvel Studios towards Chadwick Boseman. And I know I said in a video earlier this week, I talked about what kind of proceeds is going to the widow. Are any of the proceeds going to the widow? No. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree 100%. Classless as hell. All right, where were we at? Okay. War between Wakanda and Atlantis. That's kind of what we expected. Shuri's mom passes away, and parts of Wakanda are flooded. Okay, so we killing off Angela Bassett's character as well. Kind of on the fence about that one. I think to myself, Ramonda is still alive in the comics. So now we're going to do something different and we're going to have her die because, as we all know, whatever happens in the movies, in order to sell more comics, they throw that crap into the comics. Oh, this is just how it happened in the movie. Oh, so that's true. See, and that's how you create that false ass narrative about some stuff because somebody said it was facts. That's how we perpetrate a fraud, as they used to say back in the day. Okay, war between Wakanda and Atlantis. Shuri's mom passes away and parts of Wakanda flooded. Shuri makes an artificial flower to gain Black Panther powers and gain the ancestral plane. She expects T'Challa, but meets Killmonger. How in the actual hell? First of all, Boss shouldn't accept that mug on the ancestral plane. Second, Mr. Smith, don't kill the messenger, bruh. I'm just saying, why? Why? I'm with you. Why? She gets to the ancestral plane, does not meet her father, does not meet her brother, does not meet her uncle. Well, Jobu was never, but anyway, does not meet any of the other ancestral Panthers. Killmonger. He helps her become the new Black Panther. He helps her become the new Black Panther. He helps her become the new Black Panther. How can you help somebody become something you never were? How can she learn to be a Black Panther from someone who all they did was took the heart-shaped herb, never claimed any of that Black Panther mantle stuff? And I'm still, as far as the movie is concerned, I'm still like, how is it Bast accepted him as king? And you know what I mean? How was he? There's so much incongruency and incontinuity going on, and it's like they don't care. They don't care that everything is. And what y'all talking about in the comments here? Maybe Angela's finished. I wouldn't be surprised if this was Martin Freeman's last MCU appearance either. I Martin Freeman, from what I can see in interviews and everything Martin Freeman been saying, this shit look weird to Martin Freeman. Martin Freeman, like, is this the Black Panther movie? Well, whoever is going to be the Black Panther, I simply can't understand what's going on with what you people are doing with this production. Me neither, Mr. Freeman. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Smith. That's why he said the movie makes no sense. Cause it don't. They over here, they over there, they down the block and around the corner with it. Yeah. Word. I don't even know, man. Like, hey, Mr. Smith, it's gonna get crazier before it starts to make any sense. Um Shuri makes her own Black Panther suit. Big war between the two nations. Shuri defeats Namor, but doesn't kill him. M'Baku is the new king of Wakanda, while Shuri is the Black Panther. M'Baku is the king of Wakanda, and Shuri is the Black Panther. You could have just as easily had that same story and have T'Challa remain on the throne and Shuri be the Black Panther. It would have worked. It worked in the comics, but they don't read comics apparently, and they don't think comics have viable stories in them that don't need all of this extra tweaking and revamping and cherry picking. So, yeah, see what I'm saying, Mr. Smith? That exactly. M'Baku is the king of Wakanda. Shuri's the Black Panther, and she's cool with that. That ain't it. Here come the home run right here, Mr. Smith. I'm about to knock it out the park with this one. Nakia tells Shuri that she is pregnant with T'Challa's child. What in the actual this right here is what happens when you come up with shit in minutes. The plot sounds like y'all threw that shit together in minutes. All of the incongruency and incontinuity and just plain out wrongness reeks of something put together in minutes. Yep, another absent black father, Mr. Smith. That's the part I can't understand. Well, I do understand because Ryan Coogler likes making caricatures of black people. You know what I mean? He likes putting these real life scenarios in epically fantasy situations. I guess that's the best way of describing it. I mean, if we go back and we look at Fruitvale Station, Fruitvale Station was a biography. So there wasn't a whole lot of wiggle room and a whole bunch of flipping and changing that Coogler could have did with Fruitvale Station. That story was laid out right there. Just tell the story, bruh. Give us the visuals. Give us the particulars. That's all he had to do with Fruitvale Station. Then with Creed, he drew on a bunch of Sylvester Stallone source material, not original source material. You're the son of Apollo Creed. Okay, that's an interesting idea, but that ain't something that looked like it just came originally out of nowhere and you batting, 500 with that story. Okay. Professor Film Fan, what's up, my man? Glad you could make it over here. I guess this is Hollywood still sees us as negative stereotypes. Well, I do you even one better than that, Professor. Ryan Coogler sees us as negative stereotypes and panders that shit to Hollywood. Evidently he missed the point of the Cosby Show and why Bill Cosby did what he did. Or Mr. Smith, maybe he just don't care. Maybe he just don't give a damn. That's my thing. I mean, and I don't want to come right out and say this because I don't want it to sound the wrong way, but Black Panther, the 2018 movie, that was about the blackest movie I've seen up until this point. Okay? It was two white people in that whole movie. Entirely black cast. Okay? Original story, some of it. But now as I go back and I look at Black Panther and I read Black Panther comic books, if we're being honest, Coogler and Moore did the same exact thing with Black Panther that they are planning to do with Wakanda Forever. It was a broken off, piecemeal, chipped off story, but it was us, and we sell if you put us in the right vehicle. And it worked. 1.3 billion. No movie featuring a single Marvel character has clocked that. I know a lot of people's like Spider-Man, but he had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield boosting the star power of that movie. Actually, he had a whole bunch of shit boosting the star power of that movie. So it ain't like it was just Tom Holland carrying the day by itself. But that formula worked because of who was in that movie. That formula worked because of what they were able to do with the material they were given. Not because you could just pile a whole bunch of black people in a movie and it's just going to automatically be successful. Stories of professional black men and women staying together. That part. 1.3 billion people said that we are ready to be portrayed in a better way than what Hollywood has been showing. Well, I don't know if it was 1.3 billion people. If it was 1.3 billion people, that would have been $1 a person. Yeah, but I get the sentiment. Yeah, that is a signal that we are ready for better cinema. That is a signal that we deserve better cinema. I'm with you, Mr. Smith. But like I said, that's a signal that we deserve better. Why don't we deserve better? Why can't, and I can't believe I'm saying this, why can't black people give us better black cinema? I see Jordan Peele trying. I see Will Packer trying. And I don't want to spit in the face of any black actor, writer, producer, or any of that. But where we at? You know what I'm saying? Where are we at with the projects that we deserve to see? Where are we at with depictions of us that are respectful and not stereotypical? Where are we at with that? Yeah, we deserve better, Mr. Smith. I agree 150 freaking percent. We are a diverse group of people. We are not the same. We are as different as our skin tones. Ashe. You know what I'm saying? Ashe to that sentiment. Why, and this ain't no knock on anybody who rocks with them, but why does Black Hollywood or whoever's financing Black Hollywood think all the hell we want to see is shit like Power and P Valley and Book of Canaan and you know that kind of stuff. All we get is us dying, us acting like freaking fools, you know, us being those things that white body people imagine we are. Why are we putting that type of shit in movies and saying this is how we want to be represented? This is how we want people to see us. I thought we got past that in the 70s with that exploitation shit. They done turned it back around and they exploiting us now in the 2020s? Or we're letting them? Yeah, yeah. See, I didn't even look at your comment when I said that, Mr. Smith. But that's exactly because that's what the hell it feels like. It feels like 2022 black exploitation. Okay, let's put all of these cats in. Remember Hollywood Shuffle? You why you pull a knife on me? I ain't got no weapon. Is that what they want to see? That's the shit they want to see, or they think that's what we want to see of us. I can't be somebody dignified. I can't be the damn president. You know, I can't, I don't know. I can't be the king. D. Steezel, you got a point there. D. Steezel said, I think the black audience is diverse enough, but too many black creators use real world drama to influence these fictional sci fi fantasy stories. Again, I got to bounce back and mention Jordan Peele. Now, I don't know if anybody was watching on the Paramount Network, but Jordan Peele put out a reboot of The Twilight Zone, and the shit was fire. I ain't no sense in me lying. I dug Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone. And not because it was black people in it, because every episode didn't have black people in it. Okay? But Jordan Peele brought a Twilight Zone feel, you know, a modernized Twilight Zone feel to that movie. I mean, to that television show. And it was watchable because it, number one, it was well written. And number two, wasn't a bunch of stereotypes. Yes, D. Jordan Peele did a Twilight Zone, and it was all that. I liked it. I mean, some people it get mixed reviews, but I thought it was very well put together. That's just me. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. Just about every episode I watched was it harkened back to the Rod Serling uh Twilight Zone as far as tempo and how the story would end. You know what I'm saying? It either had a twist or it had a lesson or it was tragic or it was all three. You know, it was Jordan Peele knows how to write. I will say that Jordan Peele is a very good writer, in my opinion. Okay, y'all might not agree, but if you want to see, go watch that Twilight Zone, and y'all tell me what y'all thought about it. So now, again, let me remind y'all, let me refresh y'all brains. Okay, it is July 21st. Is roughly about 100 and I want to say 12, 13 days until Black Panther Wakanda Forever drops, or like 100 and my math is off. How many days is it from now to November 11th? That's how many days we got. I'm not trying to stomp on it, but I think we're past saying recast T'Challa. That's just me. I mean, we can keep on saying recast T'Challa if that's what makes y'all comfortable, but I think we're past the point where we're going to get a recast because, according to certain movie reviewers, the friends and family of the cast of Black Panther Wakanda Forever have already screened that movie. And this weekend, we're going to find out at Comic-Con, should we have even bothered to wait to see the preview before we start bombing on this movie? Me personally, I feel like, nah, we should have been bombing on this movie back in May, back in April. But, you know, some people was waiting. Do you think Jordan could tell one of these superhero stories? I remember him saying he wasn't interested in that stuff. Yes, I believe if he was interested in it, I do not think Jordan Peele would have any problem telling a superhero story. If Jordan Peele had a favorite superhero and decided to make a movie about him, I think he would do a fantastic job. I think he would be respectful of the source material if there was source material to be respectful of. He's a great writer. Just, facts, period. Boycott Black Panther 2, Wakanda for never. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Comic Con officially started today. But, we know when Hall H is. And that's what we waiting on. We waiting on the Hall H, the big powwow. And when they start talking and dropping all of the information and all of that good stuff, that's what we want to see. Okay? And I'm going to be here. I'm going to make a prediction right now. It is 6:10 Alaska time. July 21st, 2022. The previews to Black Panther Wakanda Forever are not going to reveal anything we didn't already know. Not anything prior to these leaks, and not anything prior to when all of the disrespect towards T'Challa started. Okay, this shit started 2 years ago when Kevin Feige said they weren't recasting the role. He said that. He said that based on a decision his men put together in minutes and brought to him and said, "This is how we gonna fly." I saw a lot of people for pushing recast T'Challa on. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be people pushing, and they can push really hard. But if I already got a movie in the can and it's already been screened, the likelihood of me going back with less than 125 days to do all of that, let's be honest. Let's be realistic. I, um, unless there is some sort of amazing miracle and God says I order you, and it's on Ryan Coogler's spirit or Nate Moore's spirit, because I don't think Kevin Feige has a soul. But if it drop on their spirit for them and their hearts get convicted, maybe I'd be there for it. But I'm from Missouri. Show me. Yeah, exactly, D. Steezel. Exactly. The movie is, well, now less than 3.5 months. Yeah, August, September, October. Close to 3.5. A little less than 3.5 if we're being technical. Yeah. And even and what I was getting at was, I feel like at this point, since they ain't even acted like, and see, I'm on a tangent, but let me say, I'm gonna get back to this part. But Hall H, if there ain't one person in Hall H that say what's up with the recast T'Challa movement, it's because, and you can't tell me there ain't gonna be not one recaster in there. And they ain't gonna, when they have the Q&A, not one person gonna say something about that. Not one person gonna ask about that. If they don't, I'm calling bullshit. Because there's no way everybody in Hall H is like, okay, we down to see this movie. There gotta be one skeptic. There gotta be one doubting Thomas in that entire hall. Can't tell me that's not gonna happen. Nope, not even, nah. And that's what I'm saying. Once we see, I'm convinced the trailer ain't gonna hit you with nothing that you ain't already expecting. And I think that's part of the reason why they taking so long to let it drop. Because they know everything we've been talking about for the past 2 years is gonna pop up in that damn trailer, and they gonna be like, damn, they got us. They knew why we couldn't slip one in on them. And that's what it is. Marvel like to lie, and Marvel like to slip shit in when you ain't looking, or take shit out when you ain't looking. It's going to be really difficult to slip a T'Challa into this half-ass, backwards-ass, weird-ass plot having movie. There, I said it, and the trailer ain't even dropped. Don't care. D, that's where I'm at. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. And if they are brave enough, I bet they get escorted out. I bet, because it don't fit the narrative to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't fit the narrative for them to be sitting in a room where they claim to be hyping T'Challa, where they claim to be showing honor, where they claim to be showing respect, where they claim to be showing love, and have somebody in there talking about, well, what's up with that recast, player? How come y'all ain't got down for the get down on that recast? How come y'all been ignoring everybody on the recast tip? How come didn't nobody tell Roland Martin this was a thing, and he opened up his mouth and said all of that bullshit he said on Twitter a couple months back? I don't know. I would truly, truly, truly be shocked if there's something in that preview that makes me go, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that." And especially if these leaks are true and all of this shit I just read to y'all in this so-called plot leak is true, ain't no way they gonna do 1.3 billion with this movie right here. Oh, you took me back. You took me back with that one, Mr. Smith. You took me back with that one. And you're gonna get what's coming to you yet. Karma is a woman and she does not forget a damn thing. Trust me. Already. They would have to screen that audience beforehand if they're taking. There's always questions. I mean, have you ever been to Hall H? There's always people asking questions. Your favorite celebrities in there? Oh, I got. But you know what? You could be right. They might be like, hold all your questions. Oh, no questions. But hey, if I know my fans, if I know my peoples, they ain't gonna let that stop them. They'll get thrown out of Hall H trying to speak on it. Chillmonger in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up, Chill? Yeah, I hope Hall H start chanting recast too. I'd rather they chant no T'Challa, no ticket, but I would go with I hope yeah, I would go with a recast chant. Shoot. If I was there, I set that shit off. Chillmonger in the building, host of 33 Burning Questions on his page of the same name. If y'all ain't rocking with Chillmonger, get on in there, man. Chillmonger have some engaging questions about and it ain't just Marvel stuff. He does Star Wars stuff, other things too, man. Chillmonger is truly the gatekeeper for comics, man. I appreciate that, Chill. Appreciate that, man. You are very engaging, sir. You know, you ask the difficult questions that don't nobody want to ask. You ask the silly questions that don't nobody want to ask. You ask the questions that are worth asking. So, salute to you, Captain. Okay. Um, Anybody got something else about T'Challa or Black Panther, Wakanda Forever that they want to get off their chest? If you want to get it off your chest, hit me now because I'm getting ready to dive off into another topic. I give y'all like 30 seconds because I know y'all got something y'all want to say. Go ahead and say it. I will drink my tea, literally, whilst y'all say what y'all need to say. Here I go. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh. Mr. Ray Smith said he wrote to Marvel Comics. Hey, chill. Make that a question on 33 Burning Questions. Should T'Challa's son name also be T'Challa? Go ahead and screw that up. Y'all done screwed everything else up. In one reality, he has a son named Azari. In another reality, I know there's a 2099 Black Panther. I forget his name, but his name isn't T'Challa either. So I told somebody that on Twitter the other day, D. Steezel, and they thought that I thought that Namor was the protagonist of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. technically that ain't too far from the truth. So I don't know. And again, misinformation, information deficits, lack of information connection is gonna be the only reason that this movie makes money. Cause I'm still talking to people who are 150% unaware that there will not be a T'Challa in this movie nor in the MCU. Bunch of those people are gonna be going to the movie, amped and excited, thinking they're going to see a Yolanda Noel or a Trevante Rhodes or a Yahya Abdul Mateen II or Aldous Hodge shoring up that role. No. Imperious Rex forever. You know what? Knowing the MCU, he probably won't even say Imperious Rex. I'm betting he won't say Imperious Rex. I just can't see Tanakh Huerta saying Imperious Rex and take that shit seriously. I just don't, man. I'm yeah, and that'll be the nail in the coffin. No Imperious Rex. Look, excuse me. Look how many years we had to wait to hear somebody say Avengers Assemble. They could have been saying Avengers Assemble. But I mean, when you think about it, and here's another question, Chill, that you could probably ask on your show. Why do the Avengers say Avengers Assemble and everybody's already there? K Dot, what's good, bruh? What's good? I'm just up in here on the live. The Rock would have delivered the out of okay. Yeah. I agree. Can we talk about X-Men, y'all? Can we talk about X-Men, y'all? Can we talk about X-Men, y'all? Yeah. But can we talk about X-Men, y'all? I see you, D. Steezel. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just saying, can we talk about X-Men, y'all? Sinclair. Hello, sir. How are you? The Mutants. Why would we call an X-Men movie The Mutants? Oh, because we SOF, soft. We soft. The T ain't even on there. We soft. We don't want to call it X-Men because that would make other groups of people feel excluded. Come on, y'all. Are we doing this? Are we doing this? We taking the men out of X-Men because we don't want people to think it's all men. And we don't want to offend people who may potentially be offended by the title X-Men. Dan Lee and them started calling the X-Men back in 64, 63, 64, something like that. Now, 57, 58 years later, what? Let me see. Let me get some clarity because there are people in here far more informed than I. How do I feel about Kamala being the first mutant? Do you think Namor will be a mutant or just Atlantean? I feel, K Dot, I feel the same way everybody else feel that Kamala Khan is a mutant and not an inhuman. I mean, we can roll with it. Her being a mutant in the MCU to me would make more sense. But yeah, I mean, we smashing continuity and canon. Why stop there? Namor might be a mutant. Okay. Well, in comics, retroactively, Namor was the first mutant. Captain America, the first Avenger. Namor could be the first mutant. Be a great title for the movie, and it would lead up perfectly to the mutants. Yeah, they better keep the X-Men name. If they're calling the first movie mutants, fine. Next films need to be called X-Men. Huh. Yes, what Mr. Smith said. The political correctness is out of hand. Why? Why? So if we get a group of superhero women, they can't be called women. They can't be called ladies. They can't be called girls. If it is truly about equity, okay? Or is it just about kicking men in their balls figuratively? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it don't make no sense. Why? Why do it? That's my thought. You're still being inclusive if there are women in the X-Men. You're still being inclusive. Now, you wouldn't be inclusive if the X-Men consisted of Cyclops, Iceman, Wolverine, Bishop, Colossus, and Sunspot. Then you truly got X-Men. Not X-Men. I mean, perfect example my wife gave me today. Okay. In the military, you call both male and female officers sir. Wasted opportunity that they didn't tease Insubadner in Moon Knight. Yeah, they could have dropped an Apocalypse Easter egg. When will Spider-Man lose the man? Superman, Batman. It's stupid, but I wouldn't put it past them. The spider, the bat, and the super. Remember the PJs? Remember that show, the PJs with Eddie Murphy? And his name was Thurgood, but everybody called him Super. Hey, Super. I used to like that show. That show was funny. It doesn't even sound right. The X-Men is Professor X's group, and the Brotherhood is Magneto's group. See, what we gonna call the Brotherhood? We just gonna call them the Hood, the Coalition, the Union. I don't know, man. It's just I'm with Mr. Smith on this one. The politically correctness is way, way, way freaking out of hand. I mean, it's like, why are we trying to be extra politically correct? And if you ain't politically correct, you get canceled. That's a soft move. That's a soft move. I don't want to use your basketball. I want to use my basketball. And if we can't use my basketball, I'm going home. League of Mutants. The Mutant League. Hey, let's do that amalgam thing and call them the JLX. I liked Amalgam. Amalgam was a good run of comics. I wish that would have become something more permanent, but you know, Marvel and DC can't never sit down long enough to make the billions that they claim they want to make. Who wouldn't go see X-Men versus Avengers, or Avengers versus Justice League, or Marvel versus DC? Who wouldn't go see that? And they would make a crap ton of money just off of seeing who gonna match up against each other. But nope, I think too much, and my thinking is getting me in trouble. That's okay though. I like being in trouble. Sinclair said they could have at least called them X Squad instead of the Mutants. Team X, X Squad. I like X Crew. Call them the X Crew, son. Why can't we be the X Crew, son? Because y'all ain't got enough black people. and and who they depict in that first lineup is going to be super important. You know what I'm saying? If y'all come and y'all throw together a team like Gentle, Darwin, Iska the Unbeaten, Cyclops, and Shatterstar. You know what I'm saying? The X-Men. There you go. Yeah, that's the X-Men. I wouldn't put it past them to do something. You know, whatever X-Men, when does it drop? 2023, 2024. Whatever X-Men are popular in 2023 is who's going to be in that movie. Damn history, damn canon. That's what you're going to see, because that's been the pattern. I remember some weirdo fans getting salty at Jennifer being called She-Hulk. She's technically just a Hulk, but the she is to distinguish her from Bruce's Hulk. That sounds familiar. So what's your Supergirl be called? See what I'm saying? Super person, super them, super they. That just don't look the same on the cover of a comic book or in big giant block letters on the movie screen. They might just call mutants gifted. Well, at the end of Ms. Marvel, Bruno already used the word mutation, and then we heard so there you go. mutants have been introduced, and mutation was the word that was used. And since basically they own 20th Century Fox now, they can use that word as often as they like. Super Kryptonian. Yeah, but then if that's the case, they should just be called Kryptonians, the Kryptonians, because we already know Kryptonians, when exposed to yellow sunlight, become super. So they should just be Kryptonians, right? You know, I mean, politically correct wording in comics defeats the purpose of having a comic. Because isn't a comic about letting your creativity fly? Isn't a comic about being able to take whatever is in your head visually or grammatically and put that into print? When you tell me, I mean, beyond vulgarity and profanity, when you tell me I can't say certain things in a comic book, or you tell me I can't do certain things in a comic book, you limit, you prohibit my creativity. So, what am I supposed to do when creativity is prohibited? I got to find another way to express myself. So, if I'm expressing myself PC, I'm still going to find a way to make that sound just a tad bit more exciting and enticing than the mutants. Why the mutants sounds like a damn horror movie. It doesn't sound like I'm finna watch something with some superpowered beings in it. Makes me think of Chud, cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. You wouldn't have thought that from that acronym. See what I'm saying? Mutant isn't a derogatory term. Muty was in the comics. You are correct. But if I make a movie called The Mutants, does that sound like I'm getting ready to deal with some heroic beings? It doesn't. Because the word mutant in and of itself, while not derogatory, it does describe something that isn't normal. There you go, Sinclair. Superman just gonna have to have a K on his chest for Kryptonian. We change everything else. We've all but murdered T'Challa, and John Ridley, a black man, is helping him to just wipe him out altogether. I'm just like, damn, we can't have our king no more. You know what I'm saying? Now mutants can't be called X-Men no more. Or I know, if we was going to do that, why don't we just take the name X Force and just use that as a blanket term for all mutants? X Force. Excalibur would be an even cooler name. Although those are names that have been used in the comics, they're sitting around perfectly free for somebody in the MCU to steal and appropriate and use it in the absolutely wrong way. Why not? Unit X or Division X? Unit X or Division X makes them sound like paramilitary in a way. But I mean, well, they do wear identical suits. Let's go. It's all good. I agree with you. You can't take on all of the problems in the world in a comic book. No, you cannot take on all the problems in the world of a comic book. You'll lose. Nation X. I mean, we throwing names out there. I mean, Y'all can bounce names off of me all day, and I'll critique them, but I mean, what do we want? Do we want to? Do we want this to be our next platform? Do we want this to be the next thing we step up? Because I know a lot of folks that either watched or grew up on the '95 X-Men cartoon, and I'd be damn if I'm gonna watch something called the Mutants and I don't get no X nothing. Nah, just ain't, it's not the same. I mean, what are they? They from the 838 universe? Is that what they call them over there? The mutants? Nation X is doable. Nation X is doable. Um, but what happens like when there's only like 4 or 5 of them? Is that a nation? Just just saying. I'm not peeing any Cheerios over there these days. I'm just saying you got to play devil's advocate sometimes. I do that, man. When I come up with a concept or idea that I want to write or something like that, I think about all of the what kind of blowback is this going to receive? Well, who's going to say what? Who's going to think this? Who's going to think that? If I can eliminate all of that, then I move on with the concept because concepts can't just come out willy nilly no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. Name that's been around since the 70s. Man Thing. If you're not a Marvel Comics fan, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say, he who knows fear burns at the touch of the Man Thing? Man Thing. No, nobody ever thought that ever. So it's just me. I'm the only one that thought Man Thing. Yeah, D. Steezel, and there was a bunch of them. How about exiles with just the X? Exiles. Just a thought. I kick around a bunch of thoughts like that all day. But I'm just saying that is we can't use terms that we used to use. At least that's the popular opinion. I ain't saying don't use them because I'm gonna keep calling the Man Thing the Man Thing. Yeah, and we should be able to have that. And if we explain it, D, in a very well thought out, logical sounding way, it should be able to fly. You know what I'm saying? Um, I really, it really bugs me that people feel like individuality is more important than the collective. I guess that's the best way to put it because what the collective wants is more important than what individuals want. And that's indicative of just recast the child thing that after 2 years is just now starting to blow up like it should have been blowing up in the first place. Not that that's anybody's fault, but at the same time, how do you get traction and how do you keep traction? Because what we're being told is, what folks want is an up and down thing. Sometimes it's going to ebb and sometimes it's going to flow. Sometimes it's going to ebb, sometimes it's going to flow. Sometimes it's going to ebb, you know. Doesn't that depend on the intensity of the people engaged in it? I don't know. What are we talking? We still on this X thing. X-Men, just like in Coming to America. His mama call him Clay. I'ma call him Clay. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because me personally, I feel the exact same way, D. The Stan Lee called them the X-Men. Jack Kirby called them the X-Men. So I'ma call them the X-Men. Well, hello there, K-Pop. Better late than never, my brother. Kind of reminds me of when they changed where no man has gone before to where no one. Yeah. And that's indicative of that franchise, D. They cater to all inclusivity and diversity. The Star Trek mythos has always been predicated upon that. So that change isn't as much of a deal breaker, you know what I'm saying, or as much or not as offensive because it still contains the spirit of what the original Star Trek was saying when they said to boldly go where no man has gone before. I mean, because now you got, you know, your Janeways and your Michael Burnhams, so it ain't just Captain Kirk's world anymore. So yeah, to boldly go where no one has gone before. So that's totally understandable. Um, Ladies and gents, where we at on the social tip? Where we at on the social tip? Where we at on the social tip? How y'all feeling about that Sesame Place stuff? About the lady in the Rosita uniform or costume or whatever down at Sesame Place, um, and they waving at all the little white children, but then when the little black children want some love, they like, mm-mm. How y'all feel about that? Did y'all check that out? I know that ain't comic related per se, but it's something that stood out to me because I was like, damn, that's foul. I even talked about it on the radio show just this past Wednesday. If y'all want to pick that up, y'all can check it out on outnorthradio.com. Black Business Mixer. That would have been the July 20th show. And we discussed that a little bit because discriminatory practices are discriminatory practices. For those of you that have been under a rock, um, there is an amusement park, theme park. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Theme park called Sesame Place that has been around since I think the mid to late 80s. And the parent company of Sesame Place is SeaWorld, of all places. And much like you have yeah, it was foul. Much like you have Mickey and Minnie Mouse in costumes, and Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse come out and they greet the children and they shake the children's hand and wave at the children. Well, there was one of the costume actors was in a Rosita suit, and this particular Muppet was, waving and high fiving and touching all the little white children. But when the black children wanted some love, they was like, and didn't do nothing to him. And, didn't do nothing, with him. And did I say who? Did I see whose response, Mr. Smith? The little kids or Sesame Place's response? Because I saw both. And because of that, one of those little children was traumatized because one of them little black babies, one of them little queens in training, loved her some Rosita, and to you know, get Rosita shade thrown at you in person, I guess that was, that traumatized them. Okay. You feeling some kind of way about that, huh, Diesel? Um, yeah, man. They hired them an attorney, and the first thing that attorney said is, "We gonna need you to issue an apology, Sesame Place, because there have been, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I read correctly, about 30 to 40 other incidents where people of color said they were treated the same exact way. And there's more than one video out about that stuff being done to little black kids. So, yeah, it beyond foul. That is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Why would you do that to little bitty kids? Why? That's just evil. That is just straight evil. Yeah, we living in a world. That's all I can say. We living in a world. It is a lot of hate. It is a lot of mendacity. It is a lot of hypocrisy in this world. My goodness. Sesame Place. That's the last place you expect to go to and get treated like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we go back and Mr. Smith, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Sesame Street originally created and catered to little young children in Harlem? Little black children are the last children that Sesame Place should be treating like shit because Sesame Street got its origins in a black neighborhood. Hello. What you talking about? Are you talking about your traumatizing experience these days? Let me see. When I was 5 to 6 years old at Six Flags Great America, a Wile E. Coyote mascot walked straight up to me, shook my hand, put his arm around me, and we took a picture. I was a happy kid. If that mascot would have flipped me off and walked away, who knows what I would be thinking, feeling at only 5 or 6 years old. Exactamundo, sir. And from what I can see in these videos, some of these babies look younger than that. Some of them they look like they couldn't have been no older than 5. So it's like, wow, you do it literally. They was literally doing that to babies. And of course, I read somewhere where they had, because I probably under pressure from that lawyer, that they issued an apology. But how big companies give apologies, and that shit don't really sound like an apology. It just sounds like dotting the I's and crossing the T's so that further legal action isn't pending. We're gonna give them some sensitivity training. Fire that ass. Sensitive. They have shown you that they are insensitive. Why do you need? I get it. It's work. We got to retrain them and all that. Just like Starbucks, we're going to retrain our racist employees and they'll be able to retain their job. Who do you think is going to take that lesson better? Somebody who's a racist and they got retrained not to be racist, or somebody who was a racist and they ass got fired. Who you think gonna learn that lesson better? I, my money's on the terminated individual, but that's just me. I don't know, y'all. It's living in a hateful world, man. It just, you got to be better, I guess. I mean, you have to be. Otherwise, if I didn't strive to be better than the a-holes I deal with on a daily basis, I will have shot a bunch of them. So I feel like it's on me to be a better person and be the example that I want to see in the world. You know, just like Gandhi said, we must become the change that we want to see. I can't be anything except what I am. If you say things to me that rub me the wrong way, I'm gonna let you know about it. But a baby can't do that. A 4-year-old child can't do that. A 5-year-old child can't do that. And then just like these Diesel said, well, how do you think up there they dealing with it? I work with people daily, you know what I'm saying, with developmental disabilities, intellectual disabilities. And there are certain things you cannot do to them or around them. There are certain things you cannot say or do around them or in their presence. Exactly, Mr. Smith. And that's exactly how that sounded. It's like I said, it's corporate. A corporate. Exactly what he said. A corporate apology. We the people at this multi-billion-dollar company apologize, and we're sorry that your kid is traumatized. We're sorry that your kid received the type of treatment that they received. But here at Ku Klux Klan is us. We strive to be better, and therefore we shall make an experience more enjoyable and pleasurable for your Caucasian child. I don't know. First impressions are very important to little kids. Yeah, they are, but you took it down. So I don't know what else was in there, bro. But we are winding down. And we're coming to that part in the show where oh, question. I have buttons on the way, and I am thinking about selling those buttons. And let me check something out before I open my mouth up. Yeah, I am getting buttons made, and I'm thinking about selling them and having the proceeds go to the Chadwick Boseman College of Fine Arts. Because if Marvel don't want to give nothing to who the people who deserve it, then let us, the T'Challa faithful and fans, show these corporate dinosaurs how it's done. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some little buttons, maybe about that big. Probably maybe with like a T'Challa head or something on it. Because the one I was doing, it had a like the Black Panther head from the movie, but I don't want a movie head on it. I want either like a comic book head on it or like some kind of original piece of art that doesn't look like the movie. Hello, everyone, and I have something to say. Hello, Jeffrey Lane. You're coming on the tail end of the broadcast, but since you have something to say, my brother, fire away. Tell me what you don't like today. Tell me what's pissing you off today. Share with me, my brother, before I wrap things up. We might just go on a couple more minutes. Jeffrey, tell me what's on your mind and on your heart. Jeffrey. Tell me, Jeffrey. 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 Speak to me, brother. What's going on in your mind, Jeffrey? Just because a black director makes one good film doesn't make his other two films great. You must be referring to Ryan Coogler, my friend. Earlier in the live, we talked about that. About him not having Jordan Peele. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Guess what? We talked about Jordan Peele too. And I disagree. I no, let me clear it up. I spoke too soon. Apparently, Jeffrey is referring to Jordan Peele. Yeah, and I get it, but I like Jordan Peele. I'm not saying I like all of Jordan Peele's movies, but I do like Jordan Peele as a writer. And like I was saying earlier, Jordan Peele did a Twilight Zone series on Paramount, and to me it was really good. I think it ran for like 2 seasons. Check that out, because it wasn't just a black man doing black stuff like he does with his movies. It was a little more diverse. It was a little more all inclusive, but it still had that Rod Serling kind of feel to it, Jeffrey. You know what I'm saying, man? So before we just go, I hate Jordan Peele, and I'll be honest with you, for me, Us was kind of, you know what I mean? It had that M. Night Shyamalan twist to it, but it didn't do as much for me as Get Out did. He doesn't explain things enough. I love his directing. That's good. It's just he doesn't explain enough at the end of films. Uh, okay. That that is one take, Jeffrey. I believe that is one way of looking at it. Yeah. Um Valid point. Valid point. But yeah, overall though, his yeah, his writing was what I was speaking on. As far as movies, you know, I'm gonna go see Nope. Uh just cause, it'll be a date night thing, you know what I'm saying? Might even do a review on it, because I can do reviews too. Um, anyways, yeah, like he will have a concept and doesn't continue it through the movie. He just drops it midway. Hmm. I guess I'm not seeing what you're seeing in Jordan Peele movies. Like I said, Get Out, I thought that was solid. Um, the one, what is it? Us, I think it was. That one was a wee bit over the top for me. I wasn't feeling that one as much as the first one. And then Nope, it looks okay. I mean, I need to see the twist there. I believe I see the premise going on in it, but I need to see the twist. Okay, then we agree. You just said the same thing I said. Get Out was great. I wasn't feeling Us. Us, I needed a little bit more in Us. Okay, and I get, and if you're basing what you're saying on Us, Jeffrey, I agree. There was a little bit going on in Us that needed a little more clarity. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, that part. Um, We good now, Jeffrey? Oh my goodness. Y'all, it is dinner time and I want to eat my dinner. So I'm so glad we had this time together. So we got to go, we got to bounce, we got to get up, we got to shake the spot, we got to kick rocks, we got to bend the corner. Look here. If y'all enjoyed the live that me and Theo did last week, there's gonna be some more of them coming. So stay tuned to more than likely it'll be this page right here. Stay tuned to this page and we're gonna give y'all some more of that. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy having y'all on it. I enjoy always having y'all on it. Yes, 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 I agree. Oh, Jordan Peele is still a new director who has a lot left to prove. But so far, I like his writing. Black Panther is going to be very bad. Yes. Yes, it is. But I'm getting up, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Professor Film Fan, Jeffrey Lane, D. Steezel, Ray Smith, and everybody who rocks with me. North K-Poc, I ain't forgot you. Sinclair the Wolf, I ain't forgot y'all. Grand Madam Tarot ain't in here this week. Theo ain't in here this week. But I love and appreciate y'all. Special thanks to my man SSJK Dot and Chillmonger, who was in the building. I got celebrity status now. I appreciate y'all coming out and rocking with me. And if y'all enjoyed it, y'all come back next week and we'll do the same thing. Until then, y'all be good. Be good to each other. Peace.